What's up? Welcome back to my channel. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I switched it up completely. What I decided to do was I turned the Coach P Lifestyle channel into a true lifestyle vlog channel so that you guys who enjoy the jiu-jitsu content can just watch it on Neo Jiu-Jitsu YT, okay? So if you guys want to do that boring jiu-jitsu stuff, like go over there, subscribe to that channel, have at it, enjoy the techniques. If you guys like to eat, shop, dance, and listen to music and work out, check this channel out, all right? This series is called Eat with Coach P. And today, I'm going to eat 2 surprise pizzas from Pizza Hut. So let's open them up right now. I really wanted to eat a large pizza, but then I figured it would be more fun if I ordered 2 medium pizzas. 2 mediums is actually bigger than a large. So let's see what's first here. This looks like a stuffed crust supreme pizza. Let's open this one up here. Hey, and this one right here is called the stuffed crust margarita pizza. Yummy. I'm also going to open a bottle of wine. My wife gave me this wine. It's called Bread and Butter Cabernet Sauvignon, 2021. Hey, cheap pizza, cheap wine. It's actually an ideal dinner date if I actually had a date for today. So.
Woo!
Yeah.
We got a special guest wanting some wine.
I do have a date for today. She doesn't want to be in the camera though. Glass for you.
It's the wrong kind of glass. That's okay.
I know, horrible.
That's okay.
Get out of my channel.
That's why you're not on the camera.
That's why you're not on camera. And one for me. Oh yeah. All right guys, so you guys must have thought that I was just gonna randomly eat food and yam on this amazing pizza in front of you guys. But as a matter of fact, a lot of our followers on Instagram, you should follow me on Instagram at Coach P Lifestyle. A lot of my followers in the last week and a half, they asked me a bunch of questions. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to do a Q&A, answer your questions over food, just like we're having dinner, you and I together, face to face. So we're gonna do that while I eat these 2 stuffed crust pizzas, all right? So let's get started.
Special delivery.
Special delivery, Tabasco sauce. I can never eat pizza without Tabasco sauce. By the way, we got Style and Swagger, BJJ. Follow my son Malcolm on Instagram. If you want to check out his funky jiu-jitsu content, he'll be asking me the questions. And let's get started. All right, question number 1.
Let's start off with an easy one. How does one stay handsome?
How does one stay so handsome? All right, so 2-step process. Number 1, always wear a hat. If I wear a hat, it makes me look younger. See, wear all kinds of stylish hats. I like to shop at Big It Up. I like to buy Coach P hats because, you know, Coach P Lifestyle. So I typically always wear a ball cap of some sorts, bowler hat, poor boy's hat, anything. But I always wear a hat in most of my posts, unless of course I'm doing jiu-jitsu. Number 2, my hair. I'm like going bald, so like I always try to shave my head nice and clean so that you can't see my receding hairline. I can't do anything else about the wrinkles on my face, so this is what I do to stay so handsome. So thanks for the question.
Question number 2. What is your steroid cycle advice?
Do I have steroid cycle advice? No, I do not. I don't have any interest in doing steroids. I'm 45 years old, and the secret to me being so fit at 45 is hard work. Hard work, dedication, and a commitment to a routine. I actually explained today in one of my stories that my output is a lot more than my input. So I'm blessed to be able to live my dreams and kind of live out my dreams and to work a dream job and also eat this yummy, delicious food. Our family, we meal plan throughout the week. So this year we started trying to do meal planning, and it's actually helped a lot because with meal planning, we order healthy foods. So throughout the week, Monday to Thursday, I typically will eat very, very, very clean. My most unhealthy meals are breakfast. So usually breakfast time, I'll have like Eggos and pancakes and all kinds of maple syrup. I'll have bagels with peanut butter, all kinds of goodness. But for lunch, I have clean meals because we meal prep. And then for dinner, I have clean meals. Up until Friday. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I go absolutely ham. I go nuts on this stuff, right? And my body loves it. You know, I end up gaining like a tremendous amount of weight over like the next 3 days. It's a lot of sodium intake too, and my body holds a lot of water. But once Monday happens, once I start working out again, like I shed it all. It all comes off, and then the cycle starts over again. So I don't have a steroid cycle advice. I have a food cycle advice, and that is eat healthy most of the time. Don't be afraid to treat yourself out to cheat weekends or cheat meals, but do it smart. Be very intelligent about how you cheat. Output over input always. Okay, the harder you work, the smarter you work, the more freedoms you will be able to have with your food and your diet and your fitness.
Alright, well maybe the steroid cycle isn't where you're at, but what about the OnlyFans content? When's that gonna come out?
Maybe if I was like 25, 30 years old, I would be interested in it. But I mean, I'm sure there's a market for everybody on OnlyFans. Not just athletes, musicians, and singers, right? Performers. But you know, I know like a lot of people do mukbangs on OnlyFans, right? So like there's a market for everybody for that stuff, right? But for me, at this stage in my life, I really don't know if I'm ever gonna have that type of market for it. I'll have to get my man Mike Briers to coach me through the correct content for it. So, but thanks for the question though, bro.
You already have your tips on staying handsome. I'm sure you can open it in OnlyFans as well.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe there is a market. So, you know what? Why don't you guys leave me a comment once you subscribe to the channel? Let me know what kind of OnlyFans content you would want from me, and maybe I'll think about it, all right? Would you like some pizza now? Okay, please. You get a small piece. I typically don't share.
I think of the pizza so far.
You know, I've had better stuffed crust supremes. I find this one a little on the heavy side. Like, I'm having trouble finishing a slice. Like, usually I can just inhale these things, but
It's super stuffed crust.
it's super stuffed crust. Well, that's a surprise. I've never actually had super stuffed crust before, so that explains why this feels so heavy, but it's delicious nonetheless. Today, I'm gonna have to give the win to the regular crust marinara. Is it marinara? Margarita pizza. So I'm double fisting the pizza right now. I feel like I'm in college again, but I'm double fisting pizzas instead of beer.
Well, speaking of margaritas and other kind of drinks like that, recently you had like your friends come over and kind of just hanging out and drinking with the boys. How does it feel to be doing that again? Now that like official health ministries are saying that COVID-19 has been over.
Oh, you went there, huh?
The boss wants another slice.
Yeah, you get a small piece.
It's a juicy question. We have to load it.
Honestly,
What kind of slice is this? What kind of slice is this?
make your own channel. All right, back to the question. it was pretty cool getting to hang out with some of my friends again. You know, I've been really struggling personally with a lot of things, and you know, what I portray on my social media, I always try to push a lot of positivity on my social media, and I always try to project a good, wholesome, positive image, right? But there are so many sides of me that I don't project, that I don't care to project. But just to be a little vulnerable here, I mean, the pandemic really changed me as a person. I'm not gonna deny it. Unfortunately, my time, I can't divide my time into enough pieces to spend with, you know, certain mindsets. And I said this in a post last week. I've changed. It isn't so much that people changed, it's that I changed. So for me to have been able to open my doors to people again and hang out almost as if it was almost like it was before, that was pretty big for me, and it felt pretty good. It felt pretty good. Would I do it again? Do I want to do it again? Yes. I mean, that was a very opportune time. My friend was in the area and kind of invited himself over, so I obliged, and it was amazing to have him over, and we kind of invited a couple of other people over. But typically, I don't even have really time for that side of my life anymore. I'm really, I hate to say this, but I'm so busy, and I'm so obsessed with our people, our community, and our clients, and building something special for a greater number of people, right? That it's taking time away from my personal life, and I do need a vacation, and you know, it's coming soon. But yes, I have changed. So that's unfortunate, and I don't know if I'm ever going to change back. I don't know how I'm going to bring myself to change back to anywhere close to what it used to be. But you know, it did feel good for what it was. So,
well, on topic of kind of your people and mindset, as a coach and a leader of a pack, how do you optimize the balance between a competitive mindset and a recreational mindset among your clients and your teammates?
Good question. Let me take a sip of this bread and butter red wine. Guys, my wife really, really wants in on this channel. She's interrupting my vibe here, but
Should we get a second chair?
No.
Would you like a second chair?
No, but I want another pizza.
No. Was your slice not big enough?
No.
Here, you can have this one. It's very small. 2 small slices equals a big slice. I don't share my food. She's trying to take advantage of me here. She knows I don't share my food. And she walks in here. She ordered her own large pizza. I ordered 2 pizzas for myself. She comes in here. She's just trying to get in on the camera. She's just trying to get in on the action. I'm on to you.
That's not true. Those 2 were for us.
Cut! That's an excellent question. And thank you for asking this question. Listen, there's no denying that what we teach at our academy, I always tell the kids, and I always tell the people that I come across, that I teach, that we teach at our academy. Me personally, I teach to win. I teach you to win. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm teaching you to win at tournaments. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm teaching you to win in a grappling match against somebody else. But I teach, and we teach, a winning mindset. And that's what it's all about. So when you guys are asking me about how I balance a competitive versus a recreational mindset, to me, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a competitive mindset versus a recreational mindset. To me, there is such thing as a competitor and a recreational practitioner. But both the recreational practitioner and the competitor, when they're training to win that round. And how I balance that is by creating a game for all of our students and just focus on playing the game. Playing a game, because I'm reading a book right now about the history of Lego the toy, and what really resonates with me in that book is I'm almost done. I'm about just over halfway through. Is the system, the Lego system. It was built as a system of play. So when they built these blocks, it was meant for children and youths to use their imagination and play and expand their imaginations and keep playing and have endless possibilities with these tiny little plastic blocks. And that's what I do at Neo and what I encourage our coaches. Let me take another bite of this. That's what I encourage the coaches at Neo to do for our clients is encourage them to play a game. Because in a game, you're either winning or you're losing. And nobody plays a game to lose, right? This whole thing about win or learn, it's buckus. To me, you're either winning or you're losing. So that's the mindset that I teach. You play a game, you're either gonna win the game or you're gonna lose the game. You might win more often than not, you might lose more often than not. But after you play the game, you go home, you live the rest of your life. You're happy because you've released so much energy, you've released a lot of stress, and you were learning how to play the game in an environment around people who also want to learn how to play the game. It's not about fighting, it's not about winning medals or trophies, right? Paying $150 to enter a tournament to win a tin medal. That's not what it's about for us. So it never has been about this for us. It's always been about playing a game, and that's how I balance it. Everybody plays the game. Everyone knows how to play it in at certain levels. Everyone is at a higher level than other people. But if you play the game and you play it well, you're going to inevitably do well at tournaments. And that's why our competitors are so good, and that's why I'm so proud of them.
Do you ever relax?
Shameless plug here. You follow me on Instagram at Coach P Lifestyle. Every Saturday, Sunday, this table turns into a DJ table. So I have my little portable turntable, and I play all of the records that I ripped into MP3s. I play them for people. I just play. That's what I do to relax. I also like to read. I try to read every single day. I read a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and in Atomic Habits, I hope I'm right. I believe it was Atomic Habits. He was talking about the 2-minute rule, and if you do something for 2 minutes every day for a minimum of 2 minutes, it's gonna at least keep the habit going. Well, that's what I do. So some days I read for 45 minutes to an hour. Some days I get so busy, but I need to relax. I need to let my mind off things. So what I'll do is before I even think about going to bed, I'll sit down at my desk and I'll read, and I will literally time it for 2 minutes. I'll look at the clock and I will read, and if the clock says 9:57, I will read until a minimum of 9:59. That's what I do to relax, and I love to eat ice cream, potato chips, pizza. I love to eat. So after all this hard work that I do and all this enjoyment of your hard work, after all this coaching and after all is said and done, I like to open a can of beer, drink it, open a bottle of wine, drink it, and have food. And now I get to relax with you guys. Almost done.
Well, now we have our final and biggest question of the night. What can be done outside of the gym to help me and my daughter improve in overall technique and ability and improve performance when it comes to competitions and matches against new people whose abilities we haven't been exposed to yet?
Wow. Big question. Thank you, first of all, for that amazing question. Big question gets a long answer. Cheers. All right, so this question revolves around training with your kids. Now, for those who know me very well, we have 4 kids at home. All 4 kids train and compete in jiu-jitsu, and all 4 kids started at a minimum of 6 years old. My daughters actually started when they were 4 years old. I have 2 boys, 2 girls. So having kids, just to give you a quick background, My daughters both started when they were 4, and Quentin also started when he was 4. 2 boys, 2 girls. And my son Malcolm started when he was 6. So my son Malcolm is now turning 17. Quentin is turning 15. Robin, my eldest daughter, is 11, and my youngest daughter Tatum is turning 9. So I have seen them develop from 4 years old in jiu-jitsu all the way to 17 years old in jiu-jitsu. Malcolm's got enough skill right now that if he had started when he was a teenager already, he would be a black belt today.
Don't say that. That's humble.
Okay, well, it's nonetheless, it's true. But this question again revolves around training with your kids. First of all, I'm so happy that you're training with your kids and that you're willing to get out there, put yourself out there to train with your kids, because nothing inspires me more than a parent who trains, because these kids, they go through so much out there on those mats, whether they're in recreation or whether in competition. So just to have parents who actually know what's going on, know the rule sets, understand the movements of jiu-jitsu, and understand the pressure that these kids will go through, and the pressure that will be on top of them, the pressure that they'll have to push off, that is so clutch. You are already miles ahead of like thousands of parents out there that don't train. Okay, so remember that. Don't ever forget that you are a mile and a half ahead of parents who don't train. So cheers to that. Secondly, third, training. I would recommend that you as a parent, you being the bigger person, I would recommend that you do guard retention drills with your kid. If you do guard retention drills, cross-stepping, when your child tries to go around your guard, around your legs, and then like practice cross-stepping, you're actually practicing control. Like, because your child is so much smaller than you, you can't overpower them with your feet, your legs. So if you practice these micro movements and these techniques with your kid, you're going to understand them more. And then when you switch roles and you start cross-stepping or toreando passing around your kid, right? Now you're gonna understand what your child needs to do regardless of the kind of opponent. All opponents are the same when they pass your guard. They're either gonna go around your guard, through your guard, or over your guard. So now if you understand how to prevent your smaller kid from going around, over, or through your guard using only your legs and using your hip mobility, then you're gonna have such a greater understanding of how to teach it to your kid. That's number 1. Number 2, framing. You as the bigger person have a distinct advantage over your child in that you can throw all of your weight on them and apply so much pressure on them obviously within control, that you can dictate how strong their framing is when you're putting pressure on them. So again, this is another variable that is almost the same for every potential opponent that you're gonna see. When they're trying to pass you, they're gonna apply a certain amount of pressure on you. So your child really needs to know how to properly frame and what to do when the frame starts to get broken down. How to recover their frames, how to move their bodies to the other side when their opponent decides to switch sides. Those are 2 super important aspects of training, especially when you're training with your child. These are like so important to realize and understand, and it'll actually give you guys such a good bond, such a strong bond, such a great relationship together. Number three, have fun. So if you're having fun, this is actually the most important thing, is because you train and because your child trains, it's so important that when you're training together, that fun is first, okay? Fun is first. So if fun is first when you're training with your child will always associate you with the person, their go-to person, right? Obviously, they have amazing coaches where you guys train. Your coaches are amazing, amazing people, amazing coaches. They're always gonna have respect for their coaches. But you as the parent, because you train, they're either gonna see you as, I need to win for mommy, or I have so much fun with mommy when I train. So you have to make sure that fun is first between you and your child, so that when they're down, when they're feeling pressure, when they're feeling those competition nerves, they can turn to you and they know that they can take comfort in the fact that, well, I can always have fun training with mom. I can always have fun training with dad. Those are like the three most important things, okay? So those are the three most important things: guard retention, framework, and then having fun with your child. If you have fun with your child, it'll allow the coaches, again, your coaches are amazing, it's gonna allow them to do what they do. If you have fun with your child, your coaches are gonna have fun coaching them and making them champions. I hope that helps. Awesome, guys. So we kept this pretty safe. Pizza and cheap wine night. So if you guys want to ask me questions for the next Eat with Coach P, just leave a comment. Don't forget to hit subscribe, turn your notifications on. I'm going to be posting something with Coach P on the third Sunday of every month. We're going to be filming something cool, something fun, something that I hope inspires you to live a healthy lifestyle and to eat what you want and have as much fun as you want with your life, with limitations, okay? So know your limits, work hard, play hard, and always have fun. Peace out. Take care. Until next time. Cheers.